Dom Sibley carries his bat to hit double century. England prospect Dom Sibley scored a century as Warwickshire's batsman hit back against Nottinghamshire on day 2 at Trent Bridge. In front of England selector James Taylor, Sibley hit an unbeaten 115 to help Warwickshire close at 234 runs behind Notts on 264 for 2. Sam Hain batting nicely at 67 not out alongside Sibley. Could these two continue on their merry way on the morning of day 3? Well, the new ball did the trick for the bowlers, Sam Hain pushing forward to Luke Fletcher and the ball flying off a leading edge to cover. Another wicket soon fell, Blatherwick striking to remove Lamb, Sibley still there on 135 though. Liam Banks came to the middle and played with aggression, firing to the boundary. But his bright and breezy innings was brought to an end by Coughlin for 41 runs off just 39 balls. Then the 150 was up for Sibley as he fired his 21st boundary, fine display once again. Lunch was reached with the Warwickshire score 381 for 5, Dom Sibley batting for almost 7 hours. After lunch, Warwickshire would reach the 400 mark and maximum batting points in the 109th over at Trent Bridge. The two batsmen were looking confident, but then Michael Burgess was out for 31, bowled by Mullaney, Dom Sibley closing in on his double ton. But before he could reach that milestone, the 7th wicket fell. Henry Brooks didn't last long, skying Mullaney to mid-off for 8. Sibley would then pass the 200 mark, his second double century of the season. It took him 406 balls with 28 fours. He wasn't done yet. Jeetan Patel went soon after for 9 runs, again Mullaney the bowler. Warwickshire 9 down with Hannon Dolby the next to go. The last man to join Sibley in the middle was George Garrett, and Garrett was out for a duck. It meant Sibley carried his bat unbeaten on 215, a brilliant knock. And that final wicket meant the tea break was taken. Notts began their second innings at Trent Bridge and Stephen Mullaney was gone 3rd ball, the captain nicking Oliver Hannon Dolby to slip. 1 wicket soon became 2, batting suddenly looking much trickier at Trent Bridge. Chris Nash missing a straight one from Hannon Dolby and it smacked him plumb in front. Joe Clarke out in the middle now and he was looking in fine form once again after his first innings century, things settling down after those 2 early wickets. But then the 3rd wicket came, Ben Compton edging Jeetan Patel behind for 13, the score 46 for 3. And Notts were stumbling big time, the 4th wicket falling as Ben Duckett was bowled for 4. Joe Clarke was still there though, and he moved past his 50 off just 59 balls. With overs running out on day 3, still time for another wicket, debutant Joey Everson bowled for 12 off Hannon Dolby. Stumps did arrive at Trent Bridge, with the hosts in a bit of trouble. Joe Clarke is still there on 59, but they've lost 5 wickets and lead by just 115. Interesting day to come tomorrow.